There are still a lot of questions about the origins or purpose of these objects detected in U.S. airspace.
Now, the first was confirmed to be a Chinese surveillance balloon, and that discovery made major impacts on the U.S. relationship with China.
Emily Ness joins us now, and you spoke to a foreign relations expert about that.
I did. The Associate Director for the Center of East Asian Studies at UW-Madison, David Fields, says our relationship with China was already rocky. You may recall the U.S. government recently banned Chinese apps TikTok and WeChat following security concerns, which Fields says damaged the relationship. Then, after the suspected spy balloon was discovered, Secretary of State Antony Blinken canceled a highly anticipated meeting in China, which Fields says was a setback. Now, Fields says many in the U.S. are mad about the spy balloon, even though he says the U.S. has been using them for years. He says that suggests China cannot play by the same rules or compete with the U.S.
The issue with these balloons is I think they're feeding this tendency in the American public to measure our policy towards China by whether we look strong or whether we look weak. And I think that's very, very dangerous. When we focus on Chinese entities rather than behaviors, it feeds a narrative in Beijing that the United States is opposed to China's rise under any circumstances whatsoever.
Fields says he is hopeful the U.S. can focus on behaviors and let Chinese officials know they can get ahead by playing by the same rules.
All right, thank you, Emily. Well, we're hearing from both Wisconsin senators who shared their reaction to the military operations over the weekend. Senator Ron Johnson called for maximum transparency and also called on the U.S. to take safety steps in the wake of this. He said, quote, purchase of replacement large power transformers is a must to protect the nation's electrical grid. And Senator Tammy Baldwin took to Twitter and said she also believes that Americans need and deserve answers on these, quote, incursions. We've been following developments on these objects closely over the past week. Make sure you're the first to know when breaking news happens by downloading our 27 News Now app.